Hello noobs, I am here in London. I'm on a boat, it's rainy. Shout out to my friend Charlie for letting me stay here. I wanted to go over the stuff I got at Tabletop Scotland. So this is a bit of a convention haul video. So let's talk about what I got, why I got it, why I'm excited about getting it. So first, there were a bunch of little retail stores there, which was interesting. There wasn't that much opportunity to buy games directly from any of the publishers or designers. But some of the stores had little obscure things that I don't see that often. So one store had all of these Itten Funbrick games. So there's a whole series of these. There's like Wonder Bowling, there's Viking Ship, there's a whole series of them. And I sort of just got two that I think are going to be a little harder for me to find in America. So Wonder Bowling's like not that hard. I was sort of like looking up which ones I could eBay if I wanted to eventually. But so these seem to be the hardest ones to find, or at least two of the harder ones to find. That is Gold Hunting and Ninja Master. This is a Reiner Knizia game. So I already looked at this one. It's kind of cute. It's sort of these little gold pieces are either 1, 2, or 3 pieces, like sort of stuck together, and you've got to pull them off without kind of knowing it. Yeah, I don't know. And actually I have no idea what this game is, but it looks cute. I mean, these look cute. Like the whole lineup of them, like lined across the shelf. I was like, yeah, I definitely want all of these eventually for completion purposes. I filled out a QR code at the Asmodee booth and got this for free. This is Piles. Looks like it's sorting piles of clothes. It's mostly just a bunch of cards, but you have a bunch of cards with like outfits on them, and you've got to make you know, it's basically like you did your laundry and you need to sort all of these together. So kind of like the game Spoons, I believe, if you've ever played that. Sort of a speed sorting set collection game. I don't know, it was free. I'm not gonna turn it down. We'll see how it is. That's done. I stopped by this booth for this game called The Six. I'll have a little vlog from the convention where I talked to the designers about this. And this was just, I talk about this in my vlog, but I was actually kind of struggling a little bit with wanting to surface and talk to people that are independent designers, which these guys seem like they were. And this I think is also a set collection game with some cute little characters on it. Trying to find more obscure games to talk about versus this sort of current that runs under the industry, which is like you sort of end up wanting to look at and talk about the games that everybody else is looking at and talking about. So I would find myself sort of talking to a designer about their project and then wanting to go get like a demo of Tag Team, you know, from Hachette. But it's also hard because it's hard to tell what, they can't all be, they're probably not all good games, right? Like I have no idea, I didn't play The Six, but it looks cool, I'll try it out. And I want to support them by just trying it out, and maybe we'll talk about it later, but there starts to be like, I was sort of overwhelmed by how many dreams people had, you know, like the ambitions and hopes of everybody. Yeah, that was a little overwhelming to me. Just I don't know what. Anyway, here's a smaller Itten game. It's called Yeti in the House that I also got. And then I got one just like this called Nessie's True Identity. Exact same box size, but then they were like, oh, there's actually an upgraded one. That's the same thing, but with nicer components. This is a word, figure out what word you're thinking of game. And then I got one more thing from Itten, I thought. Oh, I don't know where the little box went. I got this little box of, it's obviously a very easy to lose box. Oh, here we go. Tokyo Highway Rainbow City. Now I'm dumb because I thought this was a solo version of Tokyo Highway Rainbow City, like in this box. I thought, oh, I could play it on the plane. No, it's a set of cards for you to play Tokyo Highway Rainbow City, which I do own as a solo game. So I'm sure it's fun. It's just I thought I'd be able to like play it on while I took a train, you know, from Glasgow back here. What else? I was wanting to get Toy Battle, because I've played it a lot, and so I did. There were only 2 copies at the whole convention. I got one of them. And I was going to bring it to the No Rules Bar Live to play with some of the No Rules Bar people, but it only plays 2 people. So the guy said, "Well, do you want to play with? Do you want a game that plays up to 5?" And he suggested Valbara, which I've not gotten a chance to play yet. I didn't end up bringing it to the live thing because I looked at the schedule. And I was like, we have to show up for tech and do the show. Like, there's not time for us to hang out and play a game. And then I got a demo of this game, which was really fun, surprisingly fun. Like this, I don't think this would normally be like, oh, I really want to play this game, but it was fun. It's a little deck builder game with look at those little standees. Isn't that cute? And this is my version of B-roll, me just like peeking behind like the Barkley style. You have a little deck of moves and shots and stuff, and so not really. It's not a deck building game. It's a deck battling game. You can't really like affect your deck, although that would be kind of a cool concept, maybe. I'm quite excited about this game. Legless in London. This is about Victorian London and accessibility issues. You play a lower limb amputee, and you are trying to find good prosthetics for you to get around, trying to basically live your life and enjoy. And it's backed up by a bunch of research, and it won an award for like helping depict lives affected by accessibility issues, and also has like a companion app that can make the game completely accessible for everybody with different abilities. So like it can handle dice rolling, it can announce what's happening. I didn't check the app yet. I haven't gotten a chance to play that yet. But I really love the idea, and I love the concept. These are fun. These are escape envelopes from a Scottish company. And the one I'm going to start with is this one, Loch Ness. Escape rooms in an envelope. It's fun. We have Haunting in the Highlands, and we've got Disappearance at Black Ridge. Couple more. This one, the designer was there. Can't go. This is about making long chains of poops. I mean, how can you not buy this, right? And then deciding when to end the poop and wipe and score points. This is an intriguing one. So I played a little bit of this the other day, and I have to play it some more because I'm not totally sold on it. It's really cute. I think for me, one of the issues is that it's more complicated than you would think it should be based on the art. Yeah, so it was actually kind of fiddly and like slightly confusing. It wasn't as easy to like pick up and just play as I would think based on like super cute. You know what I mean? This sort of implies to me that it's not going to be a really heavy game. And it doesn't, it's not that it's heavy, it's just that there were little fiddly parts with the rules that were slightly confusing. Okay, then three games where I met the designers. First, I'll just give an honorable mention because I didn't get this game, but I'm really excited to play this. It's not going into campaign for a few months, and then probably won't be available to next year. It is called, I'll put a little screenshot here, it's called Personal Demons by Judson Cowan, who designed Deep Regrets as well. Judson Cowan from North Carolina. Chatting with him, I was like, oh, what made you come over to this convention? He's like, oh, I live in Edinburgh. Crazy. So really fun tableau building game where you sort of summon these little demons and big demons as well. It has a similar overlaying card thing as Strange World Above the Clouds, a recent game that I really love. So I'm really excited for this game. I don't know, it's just something cool about the theme. And Judson does all the artwork. So let me get back to that. My second most anticipated one is another one where I met the designer. This is Hugo Frenoy, a French designer, who one of the stores had just gotten this game in. They were like on the second day of the convention, they just had it delivered. And the box looked cool, and I was like, this looks neat. And they're like, oh, the designer's over there demoing it if you like. And I was like, oh, cool. So I checked this out. This is called Leaders. Can I get the shine on? Oh, look at that. That's, if you're making that fancy B-roll, you do that. Leaders. This is a two-person, in the sense that Toy Battle is this two-person sort of head-to-head thing. This is like that, a different way, like a little more chess-like. It's like almost like chess plus Dota 2. Hugo's told me specifically that a lot of the characters in this are directly inspired by Dota 2 characters. So you are a leader of your side, you are trying to capture the other leader, and you move your pieces and you recruit heroes. And you build up a team of 5 heroes against the other 5. It's 5v5 chess, basically. Each one has a different ability. Currently, it's on Board Game Arena. Currently, I'm in a game with Hugo getting spanked. Like, I just made my move and I'm like, there's no hope. So, still in the process of like learning what's going on in the game. So, very, very excited about that. So, let me just say one thing about Personal Demons. Okay, there's the art again. I was talking to Judson and I said, what is with this renaissance of people designing games and doing all the art for the games as well? And I said, I just demoed this game over there where the guy did the design and he made all the art. It's this incredible game called Old King's Crown. And Judson said, oh yeah, we share office space with them. So Judson's company, which is called Tetrix, shares an office with Eerie Idol in Edinburgh, Scotland. And these two creators are designing full games by themselves, you know, with a lot of help in terms of UX and development, but like the core ideas are their ideas and they're doing all the art. So this is my most beloved anticipated game that I got at Tabletop Scotland, which is the Old King's Crown. So I got a demo of this because Rob from Zatu really encouraged me to go try the game. So I went over there, sat and got a demo. And this game is like up my alley. There's something about these boxes that are this size. This is roughly the size of the Blood on the Clock Tower box. And this just something about like the art is really compelling. And it's like, oh, I didn't even notice the old king's head is right there. Look at that. This was a pretty deep, crunchy game. And while the teach was happening, Andrew McKelvey from Eerie Idol was teaching us how to play the game in the demo. And while it was happening, honestly, the quality of the art was sustaining me through the demo. Because I was just it's so pleasant to like look at all the cards and the design and the colors. It feels that they've taken a lot of care with the game, and that sort of gives you a bit of suspension of, not disbelief, but like you give them the credit of like, yes, I'm going to learn this game because like you've clearly put a lot of work into this game. So I believe that this is worth learning. This is when it comes down to it, it's a game where you put down cards with numbers on them, and if you have the higher card, you win. That's the basic idea, plus 1,000 things around it to affect it. So it's almost as if you played War, but it was the complexity of John Company 2nd edition. It feels a lot like John Company in terms of the cyclical nature. You go through 4 to 6 years, and you go through the seasons. You go autumn, spring, summer, winter, and there's a little ribbon going around the board telling you where you are in the cycle, and then when you're done, you go loop back again, and in the end, you're putting down cards. If you have a higher number, you win, but then you can support the cards with supporters. You can purchase better cards that go into your deck. You can enact different laws, or you can get extra abilities. You can steal abilities from other people. So, and the decks are pretty small. The decks, I think, start with only 15 cards in them. So you play one of 4 factions that has somewhat asymmetric tactics that they can use. But it's not so different like in Root. But because there's not that many cards, you can kind of get a sense of, okay, I know what your best card is, and you just spent it. So you won't be able to have that for a little while. So I might try to bluff that I'm going to put a certain strength army here versus another. And so it would basically be like if you played, hey, who can play a higher card? And then started just adding on things and adding them and adding them and adding them, and all so far in a pleasurable way. I think I can already anticipate something I'm going to say about this game, because I don't know if I'll ever know it deep enough to tell you whether or not it's good, you know, in the sense of to tell you if it's really balanced or not. I don't This game is so complicated, I don't understand how you would even know that before 50 plays, let's say. But I guess the thing is it going to be fun along the way? I played it in the demo, and then this past weekend, I didn't really play the game, but I took someone through 1 year of the game, just to see if I could kind of help explain what it's like. And it's similar to John Company right now for me, where the feeling of the game I have right now is it's a really beautiful, interesting, complicated game that I have no intention of trying to win at the next 10 times I play it. It just feels like I'm going to just try stuff and see what happens and see how all of the different moving pieces of the game affect each other. So it does feel really deep in that sense, and it feels similar to John Company in that any of the individual decisions that you make are not that complicated. It's like, I have a card, where do I want to put it in these 3 regions? Or I could boost my strength with some armies. Do I want to put 0 or 5 or 3 or 2? Like, each individual thing doesn't hurt my brain that much. Trying to get a holistic sense of what is going on completely in the game feels very far away. But I'm very excited. So anyway, that was Tabletop Scotland. That's what I got there. I'm really excited. This is my first real convention that I went to as just a sort of, what do you call it? Not a clock tower thing, like just as a modern board game hobbyist going to a convention. This is sort of my first time, and I really liked it. I liked that convention. It was only a couple hundred people, which for me is much easier to handle. Whenever I see photos or videos of the rush going into Gen Con, I kind of think I'm never going to go to Gen Con, but I probably will. I'll probably go to Essen at some point, but this was just a nice way to sort of ease into it, you know? So the next one I really plan on going to is PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia, which is in November, and then the next one after that will be Dice Tower West next year, although I might be going up to Portland for GameStorm as well. So that was my convention haul. Hope you enjoyed it, and tell me what games you're interested in. If you've seen any, if you've played any of these, or if you were there at Tabletop Scotland, say hello, or what conventions you're looking forward to. Thanks.